Hey guys, and welcome back to Carpool Crochet. Today I'm going to show you how to make a puff stitch, or in some cases it's called a bobble stitch. So give me just a second to readjust my camera and we can get started. Okay guys, I've readjusted my camera and I'm hoping to get you a better angle. And let's start by getting our yarn onto our hook. Today I'm just working with an I hook. It's one of my favorites. I's and J's are my favorites. And let's simply start by chaining, say, 20. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so this is just a little base chain for us to start working on, okay? Now, I want to start by showing you how to do a puff stitch. So let me pull out a little bit of yarn here. So let's say we're going to puff stitch into the third chain from the hook. So I'm going to start out by, there's several ways you can do a puff stitch. I'm going to show you my favorite way to do one. Wrap your yarn, go through the third stitch, pull up a loop, wrap your yarn, and pull through 2. Now that's the first. You want to do that 5 times. Wrap, go through your hole, your stitch, pull up a yarn, wrap, and pull through again. That's the second time. Wrap, go through your stitch, pull up a piece of yarn, wrap it again. That's your third time. Wrap it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and keep going here till we get to 5. Now, when you are doing a pattern, oops, sorry, I'm talking and not doing it right. When you do a pattern, it may explain to you what their puff stitch should look like. You could do this 3 times, or you could do it 4 times. All right, I always chain at the top of mine to kind of close it off. That's kind of a bad looking stitch. I'm going to skip 2. Actually, I'm going to skip 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do that over again. So watch as we do it over again, because I forgot to tell you how to finish it. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now once you do it 5 times, you're going to have all these hooks on all these loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See them on your hook? Wrap it one more time and pull through all your loops. So you wrap it one more time, pull through all your loops. And then for me personally, depending on what your next stitch is, but I always like to chain at the top of that to close it off real nicely. And if you'll see what a puffy little stitch that makes there. Can be called a puff, can be called a bobble. All right, let's skip 3 more. Let's do it again. Okay. I want to make sure you guys have this. So skip 3. So we're in this one. 1, 2, 3. 1 time. 2 times. It's kind of hard for me to do this with this camera on my lap. 3 times. 4 times. Y'all might like it though. It slows me down a little bit. 5 times. Okay, and then finish it. Oops, goodness great. I can't really see what I'm doing because I'm watching through the camera. That's kind of odd. Okay, so that's 3. So you see what that looks like? Poof, poof, and poof. So that's a puff stitch. Now I'm going to show you. That's my favorite way to do it. Some people do it this way. You could do it this way too. So let's skip 3 again. So we're in this one. 1, 2, 3. Going in here. Some people do it like this. 1. Okay, well, let me show you. Hold on. Some people do it like this. You wrap, you go through, you pull up, you wrap, you go through, you pull up, you wrap, you go through, you pull up, you wrap, go through, you pull up, you wrap, go through, you pull up, and then you wrap one last time and pull it through everything. Now, as you can see, I tend to have a lot of trouble getting it to go through all of those. I can, but I have to hold my mouth just right, and the moon has to come over, you know, and all that kind of good stuff. So I have a terrible time getting it to go through all those loops. So as you can tell, this is why, look, oh my gosh, that's terrible. Let's try that again. That's okay, y'all can watch one more time. So wrap, go through, pull up. I'm gonna give myself some more space this time. Wrap, go through, pull up, wrap. Well, no, I'm really not, am I? But anyway, you can do it that way too. That's just terrible on my part. So that's what a puff stitch looks like. Now, if I was seriously doing something with a puff stitch, I'm gonna pull this all out because I really made a mess of this. Okay, so if I was going to do this in a pattern, if I was going to use the bobble stitch in a pattern, probably I would do something like this. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I didn't count this out, so I'm not sure. Let's say I was going to do a bobble stitch in a pattern. Let's start with a couple double crochets. Let's say 3, 2, 3, so that I don't have any big holes. And then on the next one, I would do a bobble. 1, 2, let's say I'm doing a 3, let's say I'm doing the 5 one like I showed you. 4, like I say, people say bobble or puff. And I'm going to pull that through all of those. At least I'm going to try to. Then I'm going to finish it off. Then I'm going to go beside it. And I'm going to put 3 more double crochets. Okay, see how there's a bobble there? And then there's some stitch. That kind of makes it stand out. You probably don't want them this close. It really is going to depend on what you're doing. If you're just reading a pattern, you know, they're going to tell you exactly what to do. If you're making something up on your own, then you're going to have to try a couple times to see where your spacing needs to be. Like when I did it on the pillow, which I'll attach a picture, I had to take it in and out a couple times to decide exactly how I wanted it to look. And 2, oh goodness, there goes my hair again. I'm telling y'all, I don't know how I have hair left on my head, because I should be collecting it all to crochet. See how cool that looks? Let's get another bobble stitch in here. Now I'm going to show you what I would do if I was using it in a pattern. Oops. No, I'm supposed to be bobbling. Let me take this minute to apologize while I'm making this bobble for not getting you guys a video last week. My husband had to have his gallbladder removed, so yep, that kind of took up my week last week. You know, focusing on the honey. He's doing great. He had it removed, and then a couple days later went back to work. He is a trooper. All right, now, oops, don't want to go in the wrong spot here. Let me show you what I would do. I'd crochet out to the end. Always don't put your puffs or your bobbles on the end, because you want to have your framework on the ends to keep everything straight and steady. Now, if it was me, chain up and turn, I would single crochet all the way back across. And I would go across with a single crochet for 2 reasons. I'm going to tell you why. One is to give it, again, that stability and that framework that you need for your crochet. You want it to be nice and sturdy. Low power warning came up here. And for the second reason I'm going to show you, because for me, I like all my bobbles facing the same way. And I'm just weird like that. So if I want all my bobbles to face the same way, I'm going to crochet them all in the same direction. Okay, does that make sense? So I would single crochet back across, and then see where I got my bobbles, 1, 2, 3 bobbles there. I would start again. Now you can do this 2 ways. You can bobble on top of your bobbles and keep them in a straight line. Me, I'm more of a random person, so I would come in here and say, like right here, I'd start doing a bobble to give it a little bit of a random. And also, I'm noticing that 5 seems to be a lot of bobbles with this thickness of yarn and this weight of yarn and this hook. If you see that, you know, if I was starting this over, I may only do 4. So it's really up to you, and really up to what your pattern calls for. Okay, guys. So as you can see, this is how you do a puff stitch. So it's puffing, and again, I will attach the picture of the pillow that I recently did. Okay, hope this helps. If you need any other help with it, please comment below, and I'll be happy to help you with your puff stitch. Thanks. Have a great day.